Hey everyone, welcome back to the C-Sharp series. In the previous video, we learned about variables and data types. And in this video, we are going to make our programs interactive by taking input from the user. This is where programming starts becoming really fun. So let's get started. So until now, our programs only displayed output, right? But real applications work both ways. They show the information and they also receive the information from the users. For example, we have login systems in apps, okay, and you can also say games. You get the input from the user like moving and mouse clicks and stuff. And there is best example out there that are calculators, right? And there is forms, one of the best examples too, because it receives all. You can go Google Forms or any other forms. All the things you do there is you just give input, right? That's what the forms are all about, right? So all of these take input from users. So in C# we use something called Console.ReadLine, which takes input from the keyboard or from the user. Now let's create a small logic. Okay, simple, very simple program we'll write. Okay, string name is equal to console.readLine, and I'll say console.writeLine hello and name. That's it. So now if you run the program, the console wait for input, and if I type something and press enter, the program prints the name. Okay, so let's save it and run. Okay, it's not showing yet anything yet, it's asking for anything yet, but there is a cursor here, right? You just type something and click enter, you get hello Ramesh as output, right? Took input and gave us the output saying hello Ramesh, because I gave the input as Ramesh. But this isn't very user friendly yet, so let's improve it. So how to improve? So before taking input, we should tell the user what to enter, right? So for that, I will simply say console.writeLine, please enter your name. Okay, or enter your name, whatever you want, you can write. So what this does is, first it will print or it will ask saying please enter your name. Now you enter the name and it will print that out. So let's run the program and see. So it's asking for please enter your name. Okay, it's asking for your name. So I'll write Ramesh. Enter. Hello Ramesh. See? So that's how you take input. So the output becomes hello Ramesh, because I gave Ramesh as the input. It stores in this and that will be printed here. Simple. And now we are creating real interaction between the program and the user. Now let's take a number as an input. Okay, so this is slightly different. We'll just remove all this. Okay, now console.readLine always returns a text. So if we want numbers, we need to convert them first. So we have to keep this in mind always when you're trying to take some input as a integer or a float or any number. Okay, so for example, I'll say console.writeLine enter your age. Okay, so I'm saying I'm asking user to enter his age. Now int age is equal to, we have to say int dot parse, or you can also say simply convert dot to int 32, anything, or try parse or something like that. There are multiple ways, but convert dot into is okay, good for now. Now it's say I am saying console.readLine and take that line and convert it into int 32, which in turn will save in the age, and then I say console.WriteLine your age is something, whichever I write. Okay, so now let's run the program, and we'll say enter your age. Now I'll enter my age. I'll say something 22. Okay, now if I click enter, it converted the text which I have input, and that given it as a integer, saved it in the variable, and that variable came here and it printed out that your age is so and so. Okay, so that's what happens. So this you have to do the input thing. Okay, so now program can work with the numbers too, right? Now let's build a small introduction program. Okay, very simple thing. So console dot write line, enter your name. I'll say this. Now again, string name is equal to console dot read like this. Now again, what I have to say, console dot write line, enter your age. Now then int age is equal to convert dot to int 32, console dot read line. And no need of these comments and all, you can remove it or you can just keep them like that, it doesn't matter. Okay, so comments are ignored by the program when execution is happening, so don't worry about that if you got any comments. Okay, now I will say console dot write line, I'll use the dollar symbol and write like this: welcome name. Okay, I'm saying welcome, whichever name I give, it will say welcome that name, and your age is whatever the age you input, right? So this will come in a single line. If you want in a double line, you can just write two times: console.WriteLine welcome name, console.WriteLine your age is dash, something like that. Okay, so now if I run, it's saying enter your name. My name is Ramesh, and again if I click enter, and it is asking for enter your age 20. Now enter, welcome Ramesh, your age is 20. Perfect. So very common mistake beginners make is they'll just say int age is equal to console.readLine like this. I'll comment these things first. Okay, so they'll just say int age is equal to console.readLine. That's it. So this will give an error because saying cannot implicitly convert the type string to int, which means it is saying I cannot convert the string into int. You have to do something. So I can say int that, I can say this actually. Okay, for run, enter some number, your age is 20. Okay, You can also use convert to int32. You can also use int parts. You can also use int try parts if there is an if condition you are trying to check. We'll talk about those things in the later classes. So, but this is a common mistake. Without an int conversion like int parse or convert into int32, it will give an error. Okay, because it only gives text in return. Okay, text cannot be directly put into int because int is just a integer. It will only take numbers. It won't take string. If it's a string, it will take. No problem, no errors. But it's an int, right? So you have to remember this. Always remember this. So that's why you need the conversions and stuff. So create a program that asks the user for their favorite game and their favorite programming language. Then print both values back to the console. Try it yourself. Okay, before going to the next episode. So in the next video, we'll learn arithmetic operators, calculations, how to build a basic calculator in the C Sharp. So make sure you subscribe and continue the journey. And of course, give a like if you like and share it to your friends who are interested in programming languages. See you in the next video. Until then, keep learning. Bye.